Okay, what is our tag? You will see a leaflet on it in your bag. It's a device in the last stages of development. It's a very small Active RFID device. It's basically the same as the card, but without all the features intended for personal use, like panic button and man down alarm and stuff like that. It will come out by the end of this year. Okay, these were the main features and concepts that drive the DIWICON Aura solutions. And let's see how we solve these scenarios. Okay, for shipment tracking, that's how we call it. It will be called shipment tracking service. Actually, for Labcar, we designed a system where they can track every single handover in the system, and it is quite tricky. There are two kind of situations in a supply chain like this. There are non-moving closed places like warehouses, where workflow steps taking place, like the newspapers arrive, then they sort it through. Some stays in the warehouse, some go out with a truck. And there are the moving trucks that transports the newspapers between warehouses or point of sales. And for these kind of situations, we have developed a special mobile sensor which has a GPS device built into. And why is this important? Between warehouses, it's mainly the main use is for optimization. So you see if a truck is getting late or went on a wrong route, but the main drive of using mobile sensor is for cases where there are a lot of point of, in this case, point of sales, like 9,000 newspaper stands. They have to deliver the papers every morning, and they are arriving very early in the morning, so no one is there, but they have to prove that the newspaper have arrived, and we do this by having this GPS location information. We can show them that at this point your shipment that was designated to have left the zone of the truck, so we can prove that we have delivered it. And then it's up to you that what kind of infrastructure you gave to have it in a safe place. The end result of the Labcar system, the shipment tracking service, is basically a single report, a shipment tracking report that shows every important handover with time and place that happened with the shipment. Okay, this is the concept of how we cover a warehouse, and this is a system scheme. I won't go into details, but you can find me in the break, and you can find me at the table where you can see the Aura devices presented. Okay, this is a general data flow diagram. Just quickly, the cards are sending in the IDs. Aura sensors are sending in to the Aura collector signal levels with the ID of the cards. So the Aura collector can decide to which Aura sensors have been the card the closest. It decides based on the signal level. Then the Aura collector sends event-based information to the local Aura server. So it only sends in the location changes when a card changes zone in the system. And then it goes up to our Aura Cloud service, which does all the heavy lifting, all the business logic, which is constantly improving in the cloud. Okay, and this is the concept diagram for a truck with a mobile sensor and GPRS communication.
Is it transmitting its location all the time?
Excuse me?
Is it transmitting its location all the time, or just when it gets near a region?
It's all the time. Basically, we have an intelligent solution to drive down communication costs, and we have many kind of parameters. I don't know whether we had, maybe we haven't on the fleet management solution of CASON, and we have quite a lot experience on this field on tracking vehicles.
But the good answer is all the time.
So it's in the middle of the ocean. It's not.
Then we will not receive it.
It doesn't go to the satellites.
All the time there is GSM reception. Okay, how we solved Hotel Mallin's problem, the asset tracking service. We have seen the needs. They need constant monitoring. This is one of our main values. We can do constant monitoring of places with very low consumption levels. You won't find any other device doing this. It's kind of a holy grail on this field. We receive real-time alarms on zone changes, and we can link these alarms to authorized personnel based on another card. Okay, how it works? It's kind of a comic. When someone arrives to the hotel reception, he receives a card for himself, herself, and one for the yacht. And after she received the card, yes, actually, Shandor has his yacht at this port. So that's how we have the connection. The cards are getting paired up with the person in a special device. We are planning to make an iPad-based enrollment application for that, and we will give you out iPads with this system. Okay, and we have this concept of virtual locks. You put your yacht card, your locking card, into the yacht, and you have your personal card, your key card with you. And therefore, you have put it into the yacht. If the yacht leaves the port zone without you, the security personnel will receive an alarm. If it leaves with you, it's completely okay, and it will only be registered. It's just interesting. They wanted the same solution for the parking lot, because while you are on the sea, you might want to see your Range Rover in the parking lot. Okay. How we solve employee tracking service. We covered the whole area of this oil refinery. Actually, it's only in plan, so it's a work in progress, this project, to monitor the employees. Here we provide a real-time system map with the zones and with the employees on it. You can see it's the same application framework you have seen with the AMI and gas applications. And this is the same level as industrial security that we have implied. We have the same alarm system in place. Actually, it was developed during we developed our personal security GPS system back then with G4S. So we have G4S standards for handling alarms for personal panic button pushes. And as the oil refinery needed to have a third party working with the system, G4S, we provide this integration possibility through the cloud. So either we call on a trigger an HTTP request, or we put out a document in a certain network share. These are basically the options. Okay. How we solve visitor tracking. This is the conceptual image of an office covered with the DIWICON Aura. You have Aura sensor covering the office spaces, and you have this information coming into a local Aura server, which will push it up to the DIWICON Aura cloud service. And if an asset leaves the office that you want to track, you will receive an alarm as you left the zone. You can even set up no entry zones. So if you have no entry zones, we can only watch for devices leaving every zone. So we have to define a timeout for that. But if you have no entry zones at gates or entry places, we can give immediate real-time alarms on entering assets. Okay, this is just a guide how to cover an office space. And these are the indoor ranges. Okay. For this kind of scenario, we have developed a version with a pivot visualization. It is because it's not for security professionals like the oil refinery. It's mainly for people at the reception, and it's very easy to use and easy to learn system.
That's for employee tracking, right?
Visitor tracking.
For employee tracking, right?
Visitor tracking.
For this card, say, as an emergency and somebody pushes this, is there any way you can cancel the emergency? Saying that this was an accident, I pushed it by mistake, and I could cancel it?
No, but I have to make notes.
No, they have to.
Yeah.
There is no cancellation.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can play with the put and batches.
Okay.
I was asking already when I saw the first demonstration in practice of this car. Is it thinkable that you program certain events? Means your car reaches a zone and something happens, like you put this card in your car and the door opens automatically without pushing something.
We have to think about. We have to think about. It's a good idea.
It's basically the question is how long I want to take customization.
The thing for the door would be something, I don't know if you can measure the density of the signal, the strongness of the signal.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so then you can say, okay, my range is, let's say, 10 meters or something, because your parking is very close to the door, so you should close after you have passed.
We consider this
By measuring the density of the signal.
in the Malin Hotel scenario, the British yacht, in the parking lot, there's a great gate. And we considered that just like this, that should it open automatically or should he push a button? Just the gate, because if they get close, you may park close to the gate and...
No fun.
Yes. Okay. We have set up a website, DIWICON.com. You will find everything you have heard here and more, and it will and all the news and brochures and documents here.